The attic was extremely dusty and smelled from some form of mold, but at the very least it had a window at the end which illuminated through the air area enough to see. Unfortunately, all Cam saw was boxes upon boxes, undoubtedly the most full of most useless flora of ancient items in existence. She sighed to herself, thankful that she hadn't inherited her mother's pack of rat ways. She had picked up the box at the random and opened it, releasing a cloud of dust. After a short sneezing fit, she began sorting through it. All she had suspected, there wasn't much to see. Most of the box contents seemed to be old magazines. She had more luck with the second, which had contained several old photo albums, probably owned by her grandmother. She decided that those would be worth looking into later on. The rest of the afternoon was much of the same. Open box, toss its contents into a get rid of pile, rinse and repeat. She was grateful, although whenever the monotonous work was punctuated through an interesting discovery. An old piece of jewelry here, handful of photos there. It was dull work, but it was something to do. She pushed aside the box containing several shattered china plates. It was a shame, since they probably would have been worth something had they been in decent condition. She reached for the last box. Old and paper newspaper. She pulled out the piece and tried reading it. It was faded, but she could make out the date, June 27th, 1921. Really old newspaper. She pulled out a piece after piece of it, and finally she could see the object in the newspaper was protecting it from damage, a music box. She lifted gingerly from its resting place, only ornately decorated. Curious, Cam lifted the lid of the box. A tiny, incredibly carved ballerina stood on the pedestal, along with a tiny key, which presumably was meant to wind it. Cam knelt down for a while, simply staring at the box. She gently picked up the key and inserted it into a small hole on the front of the box. She turned the key a few times. She was making the sound of winding clockwork. She let go and the ballerina began to twirl as the music began to play. It was a simple tune, the kind you would most expect from a music box. Still, Cam enchanted by it. She gazed at the spinning ballerina. The rest of the world seemed to slowly fade away. Her mind was concentrated on the music box. Cam was jarred back to reality by her mother's voice, calling her. She simply alerted Cam that she was heading to the supermarket. Cam gave her the okay and placed the music box, which had wound down, back into the cardboard box, which had been stored. Feeling a little groggy, she decided that she would probably take a break. She grabbed the photo albums from earlier and descended to the stairs to the proper house. She sat down on the couch in the living room and began flipping through one of the albums. A few minutes later, she caught herself humming the music box song. Odd, since she wasn't normally the kind of person who was prone to humming. Yet she didn't stop herself. She kept softly humming to the song herself. There was something soothing about it. About 20 minutes later, her mother came in, carrying a pair of brown paper bags in her arms. Cam stood up to assist her mother, but nearly fell right back down. Her head seemed to be spinning. She tried to shake it off, but she tried to assist her mother with her groceries, but her help was denied. Her mother made a comment about how she looked pale and should probably head home. Cam made no objection as she slowly exited out of the house and made her way to her car. She briefly wondered if it was in any condition to drive, but suddenly became distracted. Music. That same music from before was playing, but louder. She decided it must have been an ice cream truck and got into the car. As she drove home, the music continued to loop in her head, over and over. It played. She tried turning on the radio so to tune the music out, but to no avail. It was driving her up the wall. She practically ran into her house as soon as she reached it. She immediately turned on her TV, radio, computer, and everything else that made any semblance of noise, anything to drown out the music, but it just kept playing in her head, over and over, louder and louder. Her senses grew numb, her head as though it was going to explode, but the music kept playing and kept growing louder. Summoning all of her willpower, Cam struggled to her kitchen. She reached and pulled open a drawer and fumbled around inside for a moment, finally pulling out a carving knife. Exhausted, she fell to the floor. She gazed at the knife, breathing heavily. The music kept playing in her head. She just wanted to stop, but it kept playing, over and over and over.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Ms. Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.